Back on with this thing, I get sound. Right now I get no picture. I had picture going pretty decent. It ran, I had picture for about 30 to 45 minutes, then all of a sudden it was gone. I did start getting a vertical roll, but I don't think I have vertical troubles. I checked my high voltage on this pin 2 and 4 of the high voltage rectifier. I put these plate capacitors in there. I'll probably change those out and test them to see if they shorted. They are from the 1970s. But I do have high voltage, so I don't think that's the problem. They're way off value. They're supposed to be 0.005s. One's at 280 picofarads, and the other one I believe is 315 picofarads. So right now I have my scope hooked up to the white wire, which I think is a cathode. See, pin 3 of the CRT. I think it's the cathode. The orange wire is a control grid, I think. But anyway, so on the 1B3 I got, I think, 25 or 2,500 volts, and on pin 2 and pin 4 I got 2,400.5. I shouldn't have changed that number. It was a 4. I changed it to a 5. I should have left it. I'm going to get into this thing here and start measuring voltages, and this thing here and start measuring voltages. So right now, let me shut this light off here. So right now this is the white wire to the CRT. Pretty sure it's the cathode. So that's with no signal. It's got some debris leaking in. So now I'll turn the converter box on.
What do you want?
So I believe I'm getting video signal. I'll turn my contrast counterclockwise, and that'll virtually take the picture right away when it's running. It's like an automatic ink control or something. Oh, this is full contrast.
How should I know why? Anyway,
Go back a bit on contrast, and I'm set at I can't read it, 10.
You told her goodbye.
I think it's on 10.
Justin?
And my voltage per division
I
is
can't forgive you.
10.
I don't know how. But if it's any good to you,
So I'm assuming that's good.
there's Maria.
My voltage measurements from my CRT is supposed to be checked from pin
Oh, I hate
5.
what you did. I always will.
Pin 5 of the
I
35W
love her.
35W4 for the CRTs. The pin number 5 was 12 volts, which is within respect. The other one on pin 2, I could change it with the brightness too much, so I couldn't take the readings. I didn't write them down anyways. I'm more interested in, well, I believe the video amp is working. I don't know what's going on here. If this thing's shutting off my picture tube at the control grid, I'm not sure. I don't think it is. I'm suspicious of this .27. that I put in here. It's a Chinese, low quality Chinese, right below that RFC choke. I'm suspicious of that because that hooks to the cathode. Where's the 0.27? Right here. I had a 0.27 I put in. It hooks up to the center tap of these RFC chokes. And that shoots down. It hooks up with the brightness and to the cathode. So I wish I had a voltage. I have a voltage measurement from here, but I can vary that quite a bit. That's supposed to be, I wrote it right here. 130, this one, 185 volts to pin 5 of the negative power supply. And the other is supposed to be 13, and that does measure 12 something. So I was suspicious of this. If this thing is shutting off the control grid, I put my scope here too. I was looking to see if I get a whip in there or something for it to shut off the retrace. I'm not sure. So I'll get the voltages of all these. I'll still get the voltages of this stuff, even though I'm positive that's working. Because my sound takeoff is right there. Right there, and I have sound. Right on the plate. So I don't know what's going on with this thing. I'll have to get my tube tester out, I think, and see if that cathode opened. I don't have any specifications with my tube tester for this CRT, but I can, I know which pins they are, I think. I tested it once, so if I figure it out once, I should be able to figure it out again. The orange one is control grid. This is the cathode. 1 and 11 are filaments, 6.3, and I think so. I should probably recheck that. I tried checking these high megohms. They basically have to be clip out of circuit. I have this clipped. This goes to the center tap of the third one back, whatever that is. Focus, I think. Yeah, it was the focus to ground. So I don't know what's going on here. Again, I went to the vertical oscillator. I get this, I'll pause this for a moment. Okay, I had to let it warm up. It takes a bit. So this is vertical oscillator pin 4.
This must be my lucky night, huh, Rich? Tonight, starting at 6:30, 5:30 Central on pt-9.
It looks like it did before. I'll go to pin 1. Looks like before. So I assume that's oscillating. I'll pull it back a few. Go on horizontal. Same pins 2 and 4. What was I on? 2. Pin 2. Pin 2. I get the. Oops. Oops. Zero up here. I'll shut the light off here.
You did what?
That's pin 2 of the horizontal oscillator.
Did you?
Yes, sir.
You didn't even give me a chance to defend myself.
Is that true?
Yeah, I guess
This
so.
will be 4.
Would you mind telling us why? I'm waiting, Jamie.
It was just something between Finney and me.
I see. Benny, can you shed any light on this matter?
Okay.
Well, it was just like he said.
Who hit first?
He did.
So now, this time,
Is that true?
Yes, sir.
I actually hooked up to my
I'll ask you once more. Why? Now, Jimmy, there's no excuse for fighting in the classroom. You've embarrassed us all. Mike, I apologize.
drive
for
my
Jamie's actions.
beams
And Jamie will
vertical.
apologize as well. Jamie.
I can't.
Wait a minute. Wait a
I
minute.
think you better go to your room.
Yeah. So I get a sawtooth.
I don't understand what's got into that boy.
No, that's at 100 volts. Let me see.
Wrong, he usually admits
Making
it.
shocks.
Benny,
It's nasty shit. So I got I think 200 volts there.
if I find out you are, I'm going to whip
I
a
think
car
I'm
out of
at
But Pa, he
100 volts per division. On that one, I'll.
you. Oh, Ben, I don't mind telling you, I'm a little embarrassed myself. I've
Okay.
only got 10 pounds on yours. Look,
Now
I've
I'll
got
go
two
on the
black
other
eyes and
big dog
Jamie
here.
don't look like he's hardly got a scratch.
But Pa, he got the drop on
Hope it
me.
don't wipe anything out.
Oh, get on out of here, alibi.
So I'm on that
Sorry,
one.
Ben, I just had to find out what's going on. Don't worry, I intend to find out for myself. Hey.
Almost jumped out of my skin off.
Nah, Jamie get me.
Oh, yeah, Jamie did all that? Would you stop embarrassing me? Well, Jamie did pretty good.
I do have that connected to pin 5 instead of that where somebody else had it soldered. I still didn't solder that, and I still didn't solder that, but that's on my to-do list.
You wouldn't eat?
He say no thanks.
So I have it going to pin 5 like it's supposed to. There was a clear
Must be pretty wrong.
spot there, nothing connected to it, so I scraped it with a screwdriver and used it. So I'm getting sawtooth there at a
All right. How's thing not worry about Jamie?
4. Let me see. I can't see through this thing. 1, 2, 3, 400 volts, I guess, peak to peak almost.
Wouldn't say anything before. No reason to think he'll say anything now.
Okay, because I'm on 100 volts per division.
It's pretty important in acting like this.
Well, there's one way to find out what the fight was about. Talk to an eyewitness.
Okay, let's try the horizontal.
Wants to go along with? No.
I can't. It's got to be about the same, I would think. I'll go on the outside. Oops, that goes way high. Let me get in the horizontal frequency range here. What the hell's it doing? I can't.
I'm sure it does. Your housekeeper told me I'd find it.
It's. I need a.
I've been expecting.
Let me see. Let me pause this for a minute.
Are you adopting Jamie?
I'm gonna put this reducer in there.
Why do you ask that?
20 to 1. Still doing that craziness.
Well, we know what he was thinking.
Maybe that's normal.
A very private thought. James didn't want anyone to know until it happened. If it happened.
Interference. So
I've given it serious consideration.
maybe there's something wrong here.
There are several problems.
Jamie is an orphan.
This is the drivers. Horizontal oscillators way over here.
Maybe relatives somewhere.
Let me pop this thing out here.
Everywhere? Nowhere. Mrs. Griggs, Jamie's father, was a rainmaker. Traveled to 100 towns and a dozen states and territories.
Pin 2.
Can Jamie help?
No, he's fine, he's fine. All he can remember is the traveling. Well, his father kept a journal of sorts, you know.
So that's
names,
on
a few addresses,
10 volts.
towns, dates of arrival, dates of departure, weather, condition of the roads, things like that.
And that's on right there. 20, I think, again.
You must have had
So I'll go
plans
to
Yes, a few.
pin 4.
And all of them from people who knew no more about Jamie and his father than we did. And they came, stayed a few days, moved on.
No wonder. Your home
That looks normal, I believe. It looks like before, so that's horizontal oscillator.
Those
But then we go over here to the
people
drivers.
very valuable. Inner security.
I'm not sure.
A lot of love.
Vertical drivers had
We've
sawtooth
been able to give him some roots as well.
on each big capacitor, so that's assuming that's
Mr. Cartwright, what are you waiting for?
working. But this here could be corrupted.
Not a thing.
Let me shut this off. Let me put that reducer in there again. I should shut off the high voltage. Disconnect that plate when I'm working with this so I don't have that stinger. This is enough stinger. Okay, I'll hook up to the I'm gonna back off on this, so I don't know what's going on here. So that's the 20 to 1 reducer I'm on. 10 volts. I don't know what the hell's happening there. Don't have a clue. It's not, this ain't that bright. It's not washed out like that. Let me try. So these are probably vertical area here. Maybe I had driver's problems. That's supposed to be sawtooth, I think. Okay, I'll pull back on my, go to the other one. I see sparks when I put my probe there. So this is crazy. Yeah, some of my settings don't work. That one there, I don't think it's working. So this is towards horizontal. I don't know. That's all the brighter I can get it. I think I'm having high voltage problems or something. It's not keeping up with the speed. I'm kind of brave doing that. That's probably stupid. The control grids are what, 2 and 4. I'll see if I can hook up to those real quick and see what I get there. Okay, back on. I changed my mind. I lost my tip. The control grids are 1 and 4. I can't see the number 1 and 4. Okay, I see it. 3.9 meg. I guess. Let's see what happens. I'll pause it here. Okay, I have it into pin 1 with the reducer. I do have a high voltage probe for 2500 volts, but I should be using that. I'm getting. Let me see. I'll turn my box on. There.
Well, I got into today.
Well, I admit maybe the timing isn't the best.
Looks way worse through the.
Maybe this is no spur-of-the-moment decision. It's something we've been thinking
Doesn't look that bad, really.
for some time.
Look, Mr. Cartwright, you don't have to make any excuses to me.
Has an interference.
Well, almost anyways. And I can pull my own
Maybe.
weight around this ranch.
So I will.
And anytime
That's
at
pin
all you
1.
want me around
Uh-oh.
anymore, all you have to do is say so, all right? Now, if you'll please excuse me, I've got some homework to do.
Pin 1 and pin 4. That's with the reducer on here. Pin 4. This one. It's on here.
Young man, I'm going to pick you up after school tomorrow. We're going to ride into Virginia City.
Pin 4 if it stays there.
You just have to ride along to find out. You make sure you wait for me after school. That contains everything we know about Granny except what he's told us, Dad.
So that's at the control grids
Deal of help here, Ben.
of the driver,
No birth certificate for Jimmy.
horizontal drivers.
No wedding
Now
license
I'm gonna
for his
pause,
parents.
and I think I'm gonna
There's a picture.
have my reducer plus my high voltage probe and
I was merely
probe
trying
and hook up to
find
the
some
plate side of
reference
these
to your
2
mother's
disc
maiden
capacitors. So
Yes, sir.
let's see what happens.
Jimmy never placed a prior claim so far as Jamie
So
Hunter
I'll
is
have this
concerned.
hooked up,
I would say your legal request for adoption now has complete
2
validity.
K volts,
Thank you. There's still some facts.
100 to
Provided a good home for Jamie,
1, I guess.
fulfilled his needs as to proper
It's
food
for
and
100
clothing and
megahertz scope of mine 60. 100 to 1 plus I'll have the 20 to 1 in line. Okay, so I'm hooked up to pin,
But he lives with the Cartwrights. I've heard a lot about Cartwright.
well, the right one. So I'm getting a sawtooth there, so I imagine it's a good whopping voltage. Maybe I could remove that one. I'll try it.
Suppose I'd have...
I didn't choose then.
Right one, right side,
Little different, Jamie.
100 to 1 on the 5
Because I wanted you to be
volt, and it's doing that.
There's no looking back. Don't look back.
I'll shut off the converter. Back on. Okay, I'll put this back up
I have Medicare too. It's a new year.
and try the other side.
Medicare benefits that can help you meet your healthcare
I have to
needs in
pause this.
2021 with Medicare approved
This high
benefits
voltage
including
probe
dental,
has a
vision,
better
hearing,
locking
prescription
jaw.
drug coverage.
What additional benefits can I get with a Medicare Advantage
So
plan?
New Medicare plans may include free eyeglasses, free hearing aids, free meal delivery,
0.5.
prescription drug delivery, and much more. You may also qualify for a plan
I
with
think
$0
0.5
premiums,
per
$0
division.
deductibles, and no copays.
How can I make sure that I'm getting benefits that I deserve?
You don't get these.
So I probably don't need the high voltage probe.
It's
a good safety factor. Anyways. So I would assume the horizontal and vertical is sweeping the beam across properly. So I'll have to get the CRT on the tube tester. Not that I will get any accuracy, but I can see if there's
there is no obligation to enroll. The call and Medicare benefits
emissions, so if the cathode opened up or whatever. Then I'm interested in this 0.27 down there. I'll probably snip that. And there's one more waxy hid down between, I think in here, going from this one, going somewhere down there, but this waxy is disconnected. I can hook it back up by
with a Polonus dehumidifier. They protect against mold and mildew. 11% on all Polonus dehumidifiers.
It's not going to give me no.
11% off everything now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
So I guess I'll leave it at this because that's all I can get figured out here.
Mental illness doesn't show up on a scale. Bipolar? Sorting out a mental health concern takes professional diagnosis and treatment.
Anxiety.
August 9th of 2021, Orange Beginner's Corner,
For 24
signing
hour
out.
free and confidential information and treatment referral.